What up? I've had a few people ask me how do I make my good looking photos, and I figured, you know, I'd make a video to just kind of show and kind of guide you guys along kind of how I tinker with all of the things in Rockstar Editor. That's the inbuilt FiveM program that's in GTA and FiveM. So I'm just going to go into single player from the FA launch menu, go into story mode. This is kind of how you access it. To actually record your clip, you're going to be putting in this into your game. So if you're in FiveM, you're just going to be going into your server chat, typing /record_clip. You'll be seeing a little like a loading symbol above your GPS minimap. This will kind of how you know you're getting a recording going. Generally, it'll save it here. You just go into your Rockstar Editor through your pause menu. It's going to be on the left side. You create a new project, add a clip. And so this is where the record clips are actually going to go. I have a crap ton, too much. I have a few. I'm going to go for a daylight one just because I think they're easier to kind of work with. I got a lot of decent ones though. Rockstar Editor is pretty finicky, I can't lie. It's a program that kind of just generally crashes every like 4 to 5 edits or so. So you're gonna have to really kind of get your few first edits in, learn the program a little bit, and just try and kind of speed run your edits before it crashes. I mean, you can save it and all that good stuff, but I don't really think it's that worth if you're just kind of just doing it for pictures and screenshots and all that kind of thing. So I got this little weed farm going with some friends. You almost always want to kind of make your edits right here, but it's not always possible. As soon as you get into your Rockstar Editor kind of clip, you're going to be met with this kind of menu. It's the Rockstar Editor menu. You're only really going to be focusing on 2 things though. That's cameras and effects. And so cameras is kind of how you just kind of unlock and are able to kind of get your angles. You know, if you really wanted to, you could get an angle of like the weed plants. But this is kind of how you get like your angles on, you know, up close to faces. Like, you know, you could really kind of zoom in, and you can see in the bottom right all the kind of buttons. You know, you can kind of angle it left or right. You can go up or down with Q or E. You can rotate with your left, you know, mouse button, all that good stuff. But really, you're just wanting to try and find the good angles, set up your kind of camera in a good way, and then kind of just mess with the menu effects and kind of go from there. Like, let's see. And a big thing is seeing which part of the clip you actually want to kind of take pictures of. Like, I got my guy over there kind of walking around, and see, I'm out of range, so it kind of reset to me, but I think if I was walking by the plants, it could be good. Like right here could be a sick one. Oh, nope. Just go back into it. Let's see. Okay, not as clear as I thought. But just to give you a general idea though, we'll just zoom in. You can angle it how you wish, how you want it to look. Back out, go into effects, and really it's just kind of a name of what kind of aesthetic you're going for, what your outfit kind of warrants, all that kind of thing. Outside is great for graveyard shift. Nighttime I really recommend Infernal. It works good, you just have to reduce it a lot, and during daytime it's kind of too much. But if you wanted that really crispy kind of, you know, poster look, it could be good. But I'm not going to use Inferno this time. I'm just showing you graveyard shift is what I'm probably going to use to kind of just get a good look. I reduced it by 40%, going down to 60, which kind of just tames the out. It also, as you notice, will be increasing the kind of how far the blur actually goes. The higher I go, the closer it gets. So you kind of want to find that nice little blend of like complementing the background. And then I always mess with brightness first. It's just like the most important thing to kind of get an idea of what kind of shade you want on your kind of photo. This is a really bright photo, a really bright day. So if I wanted to go for a really nice kind of cool aesthetic, I'd probably go down to like brightness 20 like I am now. Mess with the contrast, see how much it's going to change it. If I go up to 10, am I going to be a lot more sweaty looking? If I go down to -10, is it going to be a lot more flat looking? Is it going to be like super dry, pasted over? It's really just kind of like a slider game. Just kind of messing with it and getting in and trying to see what looks good. And as you can see, the weed is getting way more green. Just to give you an idea, so you definitely don't want to mess with it too crazy. I'm a little chaotic. Other people who probably use this program are probably not as chaotic, but you know, I just like to eyeball it, kind of get an idea of looking at the skin tones, the grass in the background. I think that looks good right there. So that's an idea. You can keep it locked in right there. Go back to cameras, you know, zoom out, see if, you know, maybe the weed look good. Maybe the other dudes that you're vibing with, you know, are looking good from afar or something. You know, maybe get a angle shot in. There's just so many different little angles, and you know, this guy's stretching over, so you know you can go from here, kind of get him at a different angle. Get both arms down for a serious shot, you know, kind of go at a glanced over look. Boom, a lot more serious. His hat's a lot more green. Overall, you know, just kind of looks good. Change it up, you know. A little more drug effect. Inferno looks pretty tame. You can go for so many different really kind of feelings anyway, and the brightness will change it so much. Crazy to think, but that's also the contrast. And that's just to give you an idea of what the filters can do, and it's really just kind of messing with it and how far it really comes from the original point of what it was. Like this looks good, of course, because graveyard shift. Nostalgia, if you're like maybe in Sandy Shores and you're going for like a dirty effect. And night moves if you want that really dark looking effect. There's just so many different little things we'll do. I'll show you another one. Just hopefully get it in and maybe get a nighttime clip going. I'm going to use this clip as another example of just kind of some effects you can do, what you can kind of capture, the certain kind of like frames, animations, moments, all that kind of thing. It's really all just kind of messing around with the menu, like I said, and just capturing the good points. Also thinking creatively of like what kind of animations you can capture mid-animation. So in this, I'm going to try and find the perfect frame to kind of gather a good shot. I chose this clip specifically because it kind of gives a cool aesthetic. I'm painting an image that's not really there. This is me protecting my boys from afar, but it also can be kind of manipulated into looking like I'm hunting down an RV with a class 2, which is kind of sick. So you really got to capture the perfect frame though for this to kind of get your everything you want with it. So I'm gonna go into it like before, free camera instantly, you know what I'm saying? Zoom in to kind of gather both, and this is the really important part, is capturing both in the image. That kind of promotes the kind of atmosphere and vibe you're trying to get at. Okay, so this is probably the better shot. But I want a little more recon. I want a little more stealth. So do I ever face back? Yeah, like right here. This is a good one. This is a good one. If I can block his body, angle it out. Okay, I'm gonna go back and I'm actually gonna nitpick the positioning here and see if his body will disappear into the RV at some point. And see when my closest point is to actually getting one. Doesn't seem like it wants to be anytime soon, so I'm just gonna... Okay, he's probably picking up material, that's why. So we want him out of the frame. And taking multiple clips allows you to kind of gather multiple angles when you take it in mind. So I may actually have 2 more clips as well that are better for this. But this isn't a bad one. I'm just very nitpicky about my clips and that sort of thing, because I really want to see my face in this. But this would work as well. Going into effects, kind of choosing like, let's see. I really gravitate towards Inferno, and a Graveyard Shift is my main 2. but I'll kind of get a different vibe. Maybe Sentinel could be good. Let me just reduce it by 40%. Test out all of the different kind of feelings. Normandy's pretty nice, actually. Let's see how does brightness affect it. Make it a little bit more dramatic. Increase the contrast. Make it a little bit more slightly more serious. Grainy overall. That looks pretty good to me. Let me zoom in a little bit more, maybe. And that isn't that bad. Let's see though. Get the perfect handprints. Not a bad photo. I just know I've captured an angle in this before that works really good. But that gives you the general kind of idea. This wouldn't be a bad one if my eyeballs would open. Okay, that's not bad actually. This is where that positioning really comes in. Why am I so Asian, man? But yeah, from here you can go into effects. You know, really mess around with, like I said, different things. You could go for so many different aesthetics. Like this one is pretty sick to me. And that's just straight raw, no editing. Graveyard Shift works wonders, man. Tel Aviv can be really good. I like the seriousness of night moves sometimes. Let me go to 80 on this one. Darken it a bit, make it really look like nighttime. That's a pretty good one. And that's just some of the general effects and all that kind of good stuff that you can kind of get through this program. Thankfully, I didn't crash or anything of that sort, so I'm glad in this demo that I could showcase it to you guys. But yeah, that's how I make a lot of my photos. It's just kind of going to this nice little program through the pause menu, using this menu, manipulating the effects. That's it.